Utah. With nearly 23 million acres of public land, this state of boundless adventure has something new to discover around each corner. With limitless possibilities, I turned to my friend Rob from Revere Overland to guide me around the vast and wild landscapes that Utah has to offer. My name is David, and this is how I get off the grind. It has been about 20 hours of driving and we're finally at the trailhead. So there's a lot of stuff over here that looks really interesting to me, but we are going this way. Rob has assured me that this is the way to go, so gotta trust him. Cool, they're snug.
A little bit of a climb to get out this side. Fenced off section up there. I'm wondering what that's for.
You want to go check it out?
So she'd never ask.
So Rob spotted this fence off the main trail. I don't know how you saw that fence from there.
I was just looking at the maps and I saw it's something up here on Onyx is labeled Head of Sinbad.
Oh, okay.
I looked up here and saw the fence. So I have no idea what it is.
But we decided to check it out because that's what we do.
Because we're nuts.
Like, what's this? What are those things next to it? Why's it got a snake in its head?
This one right here looks like an alien. It's so cool. I've never seen this before. So glad we stopped. That is my first time seeing petroglyphs, and man, it's so cool. I have so many questions about why those were painted the way they were, what they were trying to depict, but it's super cool. I hope we see a lot more on this trip. After this unexpected but welcome detour, we started heading towards Eagle Canyon. It was starting to get late and we were eager to find camp. However, we could not pass Swayze Cabin without checking it out.
Swayze Cabin, I've heard of that.
The Swayze brothers were some of the earliest explorers, running their cattle through this area. They built this cabin in 1921 after years of sleeping in the open or in nearby caves. Over 100 years later, it still stands at the base of this beautiful cliff face amongst the trees that surround it.
So the problem is what we've got is a huge cliff just over there, and there's like, you either go around it to the north or you go around it to the south.
So if we camped at the petroglyph site, got back on the interstate to get to the other side of it, we can rejoin the route?
We can rejoin it, yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can go back to the petroglyphs.
Sweet.
Good little side trip to a cabin.
I'm not upset about that.
All right.
While this did put us behind for the rest of the trip, It did mean that we were driving through the canyons of the San Rafael Swell as the sun was setting, which was a pretty great way to cap off our day of driving. This is just part of exploring. Even the best laid plans can hit obstacles. Personally, I love this aspect of exploring. If you know Rob, what you're about to see might surprise you. I got Rob to do manual labor.
I think I got a half decent hit.
Sounds good.
Maybe you can hold that with another piece of wood, right?
Huh?
Hold that with another, no. Grab another piece of wood with your left hand and place it on top of the one you were trying to hold.
Oh.
And then it's nowhere near as skilled.
Smart.
Okay. Smart, but you choose not to. Just sit here and watch you make the fire.
Sounds about right.
I think that's what happens when you go over 100,000 subs. I think that's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's probably what happens.
The peons make the fire.
Who am I gonna have when I hit 100? I plan on being
Find someone.
I plan on being such a douchebag that no one wants to hang out with me.
You already are.
After a very long day of traveling and some kind words from Rob, we enjoyed some conversation around the fire before calling it a night. The next morning was a cold and slow start. The last 2 days of travel hit me pretty good, so I slept in a little bit this morning. But we were also fully aware that having to backtrack the day prior really set us behind. So once up, we did not waste much time before getting back on the road. I did make time, however, for a quick cup of coffee and enjoying the sights of our campsite for one last time before hitting the road. So yesterday, obviously, we had to backtrack. But I recently switched to Onyx. They have a couple cool things that like really helped us figure out what we were gonna do last night. So Onyx has a folder sharing thing. So Rob built this route because he knows it really well, and he just sent me the entire folder and I was able to download it directly to Onyx, which is really nice because GPX files and KMZs can be a little finicky, especially when you're trying to do that on your phone. So having a folder like that to just transfer was really nice. The other thing I really liked about it is because I have that information, I can download some offline maps. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a big green box and then a bunch of little green boxes in there. So the big green box encompasses my entire route, and that's a very, there's not a ton of information on there, but there's enough information to where I can kind of get around on the route. Those little boxes provide more and more detail. So I have the medium boxes downloaded, and then they have a small box downloaded, which will give you all sorts of information. It's just something really cool about the Elite membership that that I've been really enjoying so far. So I have a link in the description if you want to save 20% off an Elite membership. But so far I'm really enjoying OnX, especially how clearly they mark who the land belongs to.
I'm honestly surprised by all the greenery and trees and bushes and stuff there is, given what it looked like on the way here.
That's one of the things I love about Utah is it just changes so often. I don't know, it's just constantly changing.
Last time I was in Utah, I talked about how I had to be careful where I stepped because I didn't want to like hurt the dirt. And I had someone making fun of me like, what do you mean it's bad for dirt to step on it? And it's because of this stuff. This is like a little microorganism that lives in the sand. And when you step on it, you kill it. It takes about 10 years for it to regrow to where you see it today. And this stuff, you can see how it's sticking up where it is. It's because it holds the sand together. So when you step on it and kill it, the sand can be washed away in erosion. So yes, it is bad for the dirt to step on it.
I had no clue that that was a thing. So that's, I don't know. And for whatever reason, I'm just fascinated by that. That's one of the coolest things. At this point, I didn't think we were ever gonna get to our destination because yet again, we found something on the road that interests us.
This house is a little small.
A little small. That's really cool though.
Got a abandoned mine tag on it.
It'd be really cool to have like, you know, those glow sticks that you break. And,
And just throw one down.
yeah, see how far it goes. We could throw a rock.
See if we can hear this. Not
far.
No.
So we stopped at Copper Globe Mine, which is a cool little mine. Clearly it was mined for copper because there's like little green rocks everywhere. And as I'm sure you know, when copper is weathered, it turns green. So it's super cool to see all these little green rocks everywhere and kind of the old way of mining and doing things. You know I love abandoned things like this. So this is super cool to check out.
Jeez. Well, that's creepy.
You want to sleep in here?
Hell no.
This little path looks super cool and it'll connect back to the road that we need to be on, but man, with the Bronco loaded up, it eats up all my ground clearance, so there's no way I'd make it up there. It's really stupid to say I can't wait to get a lift and tires. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this is.
Maybe chasing a copper seam.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh my God.
Now, what do you think?
It's wild, man. Like, I can't even comprehend what I'm seeing. It's super cool to see all the different layers in the cliffs and kind of the erosion that happens. And then off in the distance, I have no idea what mountain range that is, but there's snow-capped mountains down there. It's wild. This is so crazy. This is our first day, like, really exploring. We did a little bit yesterday, but we didn't get too far into the trail. Utah is blowing my mind so far. It's just unlike anything I've ever seen.
There's a horse up to the left of us. I guess it's a wild horse. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, they're to our left. There's two different ones to our left.
Really difficult shot, so let's take it slow.
I like what you're doing. Yeah, like this kind of road is what Broncos were made for.
The Broncos were made for every kind of road.
Sure. Yeah, going Baja mode.
Even with all of the beauty that we saw today, from the vast landscapes and overlooks down to the microorganisms creating small formations out of the sand, Utah had one more treat for us this day. Rob had said that our intended campsite was going to be awesome, and with the route he's chosen so far, I had no reason to doubt him. But it is impossible to put this place into words. You've chosen camp for tonight. It's a good one. So we were up a little further up the way, but it is like really kind of incline. There was no way to level out the vehicle, so we came down a little bit, and we're gonna set up camp here. But we still have an incredible view and a nice fire ring to have a fire tonight. So I think we're gonna get set up and start enjoying the night. It's been a long drive today, so I think we're both ready to just chill. Good morning. This is gonna be an incredibly hard campsite to beat. The views from here are just wild. So we're getting packed up and we're getting out of here pretty early. We're gonna meet up with Justin B. McBride, and I think Jevin Dovey as well is gonna join us. But before we meet up with them, we're gonna pass through Cathedral Valley, kind of skirt around the Capitol Reef National Park, and then we'll meet them in the Escalante area. But we got to get on the road because we have a lot of miles to cover, because we're going to meet them at noon. So
They are much. I think that's what I needed to say.
what you see here is a pre-production prototype of a new TrailRax product. It is an adjustable height shelf with plenty of mounting options and places for you to strap things down. Like I said, this is pre-production, so when this does hit the market, it might look a little different than it does here. I will say that I absolutely love this product, and it really helped me keep things organized on this trip.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
I'm going.
Go then.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for you.
Which way are you going?
Straight.
Oh, I am too.
With all the detours the last couple of days, this morning was all about putting some miles behind us. But off-road miles are my favorite kind of miles, so even though we were in the cars, we had plenty to look at. So we had a pretty good idea that this is how this was going to go, but our intended route is this way, which takes us up over those mountains. I think at elevation, our peak elevation would be 9,200 feet, and it honestly doesn't look like there's any way we're going to be able to pass that, given what we're seeing right now. So instead, we're going to head down this road, cut through Cathedral Valley, and then meet up with the boys. As long as Rob gets the right take, that is.
One of those will do.
Sloppy, a little squirrely, so take it slow.
I did not enjoy that section nearly as much.
I was 10 and 2 that whole time.
Yeah, it's gone deeper.
We eventually hit flat ground, but the snow continued for a few miles. We really weren't expecting to deal with much snow this trip, but eventually it cleared, and that would be the last of it that we would see. was about this time that I realized that we were going to be going through Bentonite Hills on the way to Escalante. These softly contoured and banded hills have been something I've wanted to see for a while now, and I was really excited to finally have the opportunity. Despite what you may see on Instagram, these landscapes are extremely sensitive to outside foot and vehicle traffic, so be sure to stay on designated trails. Honestly, after everything we have seen over the last few days, I didn't think there was any way that Utah could deliver us much more. But for me, the days to follow somehow managed to be the highlight of this trip. After one final obstacle, which was a river crossing, we put some miles down on the pavement to meet up with Justin and Jevin. It was a very interesting route that we just came through. I think we were the first people actually through it since all the snow melt and all that. But and then that river, we were quite concerned about it given the color. Thought there was a lot of clay runoff, so I wasn't sure if we would have a tremendous amount of traction getting through it, but ended up being no big deal. So we're about to rejoin the highway, put some pavement miles down, and meet up with the guys. We've met up with Justin and Jevin, and we are at Belly of the Dragon. It's pretty late in the day. It's 5:30 right now, so we're gonna find camp pretty quickly, but we wanted to check this out real quick. Really had to call an audible with this one because the trail conditions just weren't good, so we had to kind of adapt. But let's check out Belly of the Dragon, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. So it was a tunnel, pretty cool. Now to find camp.
I think it was up here to the right.
This is a really nice camp spot. I'm not sure if it'll all fit in there.
I'm down to try it.
One of those trips where I knew we'd be on the trail a lot, so I went super cheap and easy for dinners, because it is 7 now. I don't feel like cooking an actual meal. Nights like this is what I live for. Beautiful views, an incredible sunset, hanging out with some buddies around a campfire after a day of exploring. It truly doesn't get much better. It does sound like an engine fire. So it'll start heating up these like
Yeah, they'll get red. So they'll produce the exact same.
Whatever. Here we go or no?
Well, I have a hot chocolate because I'm a child. Oh, yours looks so much better.
He's just eating the whipped cream.
Well, it's because I don't want it, you know, to go to waste.
Yeah, come supervise, come hang out with me. Good morning. This campsite, oh, you're the worst.
I'll leave you alone.
Good morning. The campsites here are just wild. Like the night before, camp was just very grand and you could see everything 360. Tonight it's super cool to be tucked into this little canyon with that colorful cliff faces and everything. I love Utah. This is such a beautiful place. But today, the plan is to continue down this trail. Apparently there's a pretty big sandy hill climb that we got to do. Hopefully we can make it up that hill, but I've heard it's pretty challenging, so we'll see. But we're gonna get packed up, I think, and head out.
Drone down. Well, that sucks.
Okay, first crash. A little piece of plastic came off. Right there, the arm underneath.
Let's get a shot.
Can you get a shot of that?
Yeah.
Right here. All right, let's see if it can fly still.
So we have reached part of the sandhill. This looks like it would be pretty easy. What we're concerned about is what's further down the road. That looks super sketchy. So we're trying to determine if we want to press on from this point or just turn around and hit a different trail. We chose to push on and see the hill up close. We were pretty determined to make it through the trail without turning back. That was easy. Definitely very steep. There's a There's spots that are a little soft, but for the most part, I think we'll have enough traction. 'Cause it's a little damp and feels really, not well packed, but packed enough to where I think we can do it. Second or third gear just pinned. I think we'll be fine.
Before we could get to the hill climb though, there was a river crossing with a gnarly little bank to get up. Since Rob was the one that selected this trail, we determined that he was gonna go up first.
So that's a little concerning. That was what we thought was the easy route.
With Rob up on his second attempt, it was Justin's turn. You can see the front end hopping here. We think that is due to the back of the rig being weighed down and unweighting the front wheels. Justin made it up on his second attempt as well, which means it's Jevin's turn. Jevin doesn't wheel like this, so this was very new for him. On his first attempt, he didn't get very far. So the second attempt, he tried to carry a little more momentum. He did a much better job keeping the RPMs up on this attempt, but had the same front end hop issue that Justin was having, which robbed speed. His third attempt was really close, and now he has a feel for what he has to do. So we were all hoping for a successful fourth try. With all three Jeeps needing multiple attempts, the pressure was on for me and the Bronco. Now it's my turn. Holy shit, you guys went up this middle one off the river?
Yeah, that one sucks.
This is about the time that my radio decided to shut itself off.
Okay, gun it when ready.
Getting warm.
Okay, we are ready when you are. Green light, green light.
How long does a sunscreen last? 2 hours. I am due.
David, you copy?
Justin, you have an 8-speed in your Jeep, right?
Go, 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 go.
I'm so sorry, my radio turned off again. Are we good to go?
Dude, yeah, we've been yelling go, go, go.
Sorry. Yes! Suck it, Jeeps! Oh my god! That FPV is ridiculous. Hell yeah. That was a good one. All made it to the top of the hill. Big accomplishment there. So, time for some lunch. before we continue on the trail. It's gusty up here.
Oh, I haven't listened to Guster in a long time. Thanks for the
What's the band name?
Guster? You listen to very different music than I do.
Yeah, I do.
It's okay, though. We're still friends.
This feels fake. If there's ever evidence we're in a simulation, it's Utah.
Yeah, this soft sand is so much nicer.
So much fun too, and all these banked corners. Honestly, this is one of the most fun trails I've been on. I'm really enjoying this. The scenery doesn't hurt at all either.
You're good. You're not gonna tilt over anymore, so you're good to keep going. Yeah, I would turn into it. So go passenger. That's gonna drop in a minute, and then your back passenger is gonna bump up. Turn into it a little more. That's about to drop. There you go.
to avoid that tree, man.
Jevin's gonna have fun through that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was, you were super into it, but.
Wow.
With the tallest setup of the crew, we were concerned about Jevin getting through this obstacle. So we laid some traction boards down to try and prevent his back passenger tire from dipping too much and sending his tent into the tree.
Okay, hold on. Okay, turn my way. Yep. You're good. It's gonna drop. You're good. I can't see his tent. How's he doing? Perfect. Good. Straight through. Straight through. Straight through. That's it.
With the Barracks Trail complete, it was time to air up and hit the highway. Since our route had changed so much, we weren't entirely sure where we were gonna go. But since we were so close to Arizona, we decided to head to White Pocket. I had never heard of White Pocket before, so I had no idea what to expect. Man, was I in for a surprise.
We're gonna walk over and maybe we'll drive over in the morning. I won't. Reminds me of the hike to the monolith.
This is day 4 on the trail, and the views keep getting crazier. I don't know how this place keeps one-upping itself. This is one of the most gorgeous sunsets I've ever seen. This is one of the most just mesmerizing places I've ever been to. These rocks and the way they're shaped and the lines through them is just nothing I've seen before. All the colors in the side of the cliff faces, down to the plant life that is here, the juniper trees and the low shrubbery and stuff like that. It's all just so cool and so unique. I'm truly blown away. This is just a stunning area. I feel like I could easily spend all day here, but we gotta get packed up and on the road. Jevin and Rob gotta get home, and then Justin and I are going to Valley of the Gods to meet up with some patrons. So taking the sights in one last time, and then we'll get out of here.
Getting to see a little bit of Arizona this trip was not something that I expected, but I'm so grateful that we got down there. I will be back to Arizona to explore this place further.
So this is where we part ways with Rob and Jevin. Are you gonna miss me?
Just you?
Yeah, we're parting ways.
No, we're not. We're gonna go get dinner together in Page.
But for my video, we're gonna part.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much.
It's been real.
Yeah.
It's been real.
I'm gonna miss you on the drive to Page.
I'm gonna also drive to Page.
While we were airing up, we were admiring Justin's Spider-Man shirt, which prompted us to look at ourselves.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge how ridiculous we look. Us three, we're all matching. We all got black shirt on, and then, like green pants. Like, no wonder people make fun of us. But then there's Justin.
Hi.
Justin's different.
Spider-Man shirts. it's happening.
The Spider-Man shirt is particularly suitable here, right? Because
it's the me.
We just noticed, like 30 seconds ago, that this is what was going on, and we all just pointed at each other.
At this point, we said bye to Jevin, and Rob definitely didn't follow us into Page, where we stopped for a burger. But Justin and I were very late getting to Valley of the Gods, and we still had a lot of miles to cover. So we ate our lunch real quick and got to Valley of the Gods as quickly as possible. It was so much fun getting to meet our patrons, some for the first time. Robert, who is a chef, made us pizza upon our arrival, and it was incredible pizza. For the rest of the night, we sat by the fire, enjoyed some conversation, and got to know each other a little bit better. If you're at all interested in supporting me on Patreon, I will leave a link in the description. I do things a little bit differently. I am extremely grateful that you're even wanting to support me in that way. So I do not have tiers, I don't set prices, I let you do that and support however much you want. But until next time, I hope you're able to get off the grid and off the grind. I'll see you in the next one.